your toes and feet. Yeah, I said, come walk with me. Save your toes and feet. 'Cause when you walk with me, you can eat the food you want to eat. I just love you. I'm walking, y'all.
Thank you for holding on.
Trying to save my feet and toes. I said I'm walking, y'all. Trying to save my feet and toes.
Yeah! Come on for the walk. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth. See, Great Rising, y'all. See, Juneteenth mean on this penal colony, they just know it was in the teens. That Texas held out for 2 years more, or maybe 2.5 years later. They never tell on this penal colony. Hey, my name is Vicki. Thank you for coming on the walk. Yes, Juneteenth. So privately, I've always celebrated 13th through the 19th. But then Warden Biden said, and then the wardens and the legislation said, I think they said with the 19th, it'll be the 19th, so that's what they call. But when we listen to our Remembering Slavery, Sarah will say the date. Let's start this walk, y'all. Now, the song is supposed to be on CD Baby, but, yeah. It's supposed to be on CD Baby, but CD Baby puts it up on all the venues. I haven't checked it yet. I went skating last night, y'all. I did so good. I did so well. You know, I'm going after these cameras. I did so well. I am sore like you would not believe. I'm hoping I'm hoping after 5 minutes I'll get back into the thing. Whoo, child. Such fun yesterday. Hold on. Somebody, I'm trying to look at me. And so I don't need no moderators. I don't got people watching me like that. Oh. Yeah, so the song is out. And I imagine that people with diabetes or who are fighting diabetes, some may be encouraged, but most will think that I am blah, 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 blah. But I'm not. There's people who are out there who are overweight that will get encouragement from it. So, but the majority will probably think I'm poking at them. Anyway, it's out. Listen to it. I love it. It motivates me, and I figure it motivates other people too. So, that's my thing that I do. I try to introduce stuff during the holidays that pertain to African Americans because I get the energy and the boost that I need. And also, I put it on the ethos. And that's very important. Putting it on the ethos. Yeah, y'all. Whew. I skated last night. Wow. Yesterday. Wow. Wow. Hoop-de-ha. Thighs on fire. Rolling down the road. My thighs are burning. Yes, they are. They are burning, burning. They're burning up, honey. The eyes on fire. And I think gym people or people who work out know what I'm talking about. Whew. 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 But I was doing it yesterday. It was worth all this pain I'm feeling. It was worth every moment. Whew. So today I'm feeling the pain, and tomorrow I will feel the strength. It's weird, but it's awesome at the same time, because these muscles that I'm waking up probably ain't been woken up since I was ice skating. And that's almost 10 years ago. And I just go, I skate for a half hour straight. Then I take a little break and I decide to go more. But what I learned yesterday, roller skating ain't hard. After I spent the first half hour getting through it, all of a sudden I had that little click. And I was flying around that rink with little or no effort. Oh, it was wonderful. I want to tell you about my friend. My daughter and her daughter was teasing her. But I understand how she feels. And I guess if you had someone who died from diabetes, you may understand how she feels. She literally is watching someone close to her family get cut up. He had legs. He ain't got no legs now. Hey, thanks for coming on a walk. He ain't got no legs now. And she doesn't understand how he does anything. He has no legs. She said he used to have nubs, but every time they would go to visit him, they would whittle the nub down more and more. So now it's like he's sitting on his hind part. And to her, it's so weird. She knew him all her life. He walked. He did things. And now he's sitting in a wheelchair. And the way she says it, they received it like, and she was saying, he has no legs. And then my daughter was like, why did you say it like that? And she was like, no, I'm not saying it anyway. He has no legs. I was like, I know exactly where you're coming from. I know exactly where she is coming from. In the back of her mind, she's saying, diet and exercise could have changed that. Diet and exercise could have changed that. But when you exercise, people hear diet and exercise, you don't understand. All you got to do is start exercising. Your body will take you to the dieting. Trust and believe. Because you need energy to exercise. So leave that there. You need protein and water to feed your muscles. Leave that there. Your body will know what to do. I know in this penal colony, we have these cults because I came from a cult. My grandmother's Southern Baptist cult. So I know how they talk to you about your body has no control, your brain has no sense, but that's to make you in the sheeps. Your body loves you. Your body loves you more than your mother, because your mother had the milk, but your body had to suck. Woo! I love me some me. And I love the ancestors. I said, boy, I say, I have to say it to myself. I say, thank you for holding on. Wow, that's why I'm here. And then I think about all these hospitals and doctors. Y'all haven't gotten the concept yet that we're just experimental. All that Hippocratic oath stuff does not apply to us. We are experimental. This is a penal colony. And I think how our ancestors were enslaved here. Prisoner of war, the King of England, brought to this penal colony with nothing. They tried to starve them, tried to do all kind of stuff, and they still survived. And they never had a doctor. I'm looking, and I'll put the pictures up, at these, remember in slavery, we're going to hear their voices. No doctors. No doctors. On this penal colony, in the Hippocratic Oath, it doesn't apply to us. We're inmate criminals. We're labeled inmate criminals on this penal colony. And being labeled inmate criminals, experimentation and stuff like that is totally allowed. Totally allowed and encouraged. But you're looking for that blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy in sandals, and so you run into him, of people that look like him. But I run to my ancestors because, like, when my daughter had an earache, we had no health insurance. We were in backcountry Greenwich. We were miles away from a hospital. And I was like, oh my goodness. And my ancestor said, you always take cod liver oil pill, stick a pin in one of those cod liver oil pills, and squeeze it into her ears. Years later, I found out like castor oil, the cod liver oil, it shrinks whatever it is, it soothes her. And it healed it. It healed the ear. So her friend's mother called me. And she said, oh, her daughter's name has an earache. And she told me that what your daughter said you did when your daughter had an earache. And I said, yeah, I just took some cod liver oil and put it in the air to lay on the side, a warm towel. So she did it. Now she's in Las Vegas. She's a holistic healer. When my daughter told me that, I say, get out. Get out. She did it, and her daughter was healed. You have to listen to what these Hatfield and McCoys, you call them doctors, I call them men, are saying. You have to. They say that they treat the disease. They say they don't heal. They treat the disease. I know how to heal me. That's why I'm here now. I know how to heal me. The ancestors said they ain't never had none of that medicine, and they have lived longer. So I heard, I don't know, but I heard that Jamie Foxx had a stroke. I don't know, I haven't seen anything on it. Except, this. I'm just hearing a little thing. And they said he got it from the coronavirus shot. And again, I was like, oh, ancestors, thank you so much. They vowed to me, they said, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't. They said, up your vitamin C. drink your water, and exercise. They said, you go down there and mess with them Hatfields and McCoys, and you gonna be like all these other people. How many African Americans, old people is gone? 200,000? 500,000? It's just like when these young men and women take their dumb asses to go over there and fight in Ukraine. Who gonna shoot you? The Ukrainians, the Russians, or the Americans? I'll tell you right away, the Americans from this penal colony. Please. So I was like, whew. I could never understand medicine. I was like, they didn't want us in their restaurants. They didn't want us in their neighborhoods. The doctors, they used to look at you like you was scum underneath their shoe. But then you were supposed to listen to them as they treat your disease. Yeah, that's why the disease gets worse. They treat the disease. How about treating the body to protect and fight the disease? Hatfield and McCoy bullshit on this penal colony. Hatfield and McCoy bullshit. I hear it all the time. We treat the disease. Hell, the disease ain't paying the fucking medical bill. I am. Oh, y'all. I'm still stiff. Oh, I'm still stiff. 15 minutes. Okay, the fire's gone. Right? The fire's gone. I'm stiff, y'all. Whew. The better I get at skating, for a little while, I think the stiffer I'm going to be. It be like that sometimes. Hey, I'm chocolate. Oh, they tell me, they're saying that I'm not even live. They said I'm not even live. But I am live. I may not be. I am alive, but I don't know if I'm on Facebook or whatever. But here I am. Oh, okay. I don't know. They're telling me how many people are online, but not necessarily watching me. You see what I'm saying with these Hatfields and McCoys?
I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. I said I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. 'Cause if I stop walking, y'all, they cut me up until I'm just a nose. I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. Yeah, I said I'm walking, y'all, trying to stay ahead of the sugar cane. If I stop walking, y'all, the cane gonna trip me up. Yeah, come walk with me. Save your feet and toes. Yeah, I said come walk with me. Save your feet and toes. 'Cause if I stop walking, y'all, they'll cut me up until I'm just a nose. Yeah, come walk with me and save your toes and feet. Yeah, I said come walk with me. Save your toes and feet. 'Cause when you walk with me, you can eat the food you want to eat. I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. I said I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes.
And we're back, and we're back, and we're back. Yeah, I'm starting this. I'm setting it up. But we're going to stay on time, but let me start this for you. Whew. All right. on. It's an old player. I don't mean to be insensitive about people with diabetes. I'm just saying that it affects the people around you. And like my friend would do anything. She'd have done anything if she could let him see this is where you're going to wind up at. Let's go walking. Go play golf. Let's go do something. Let's walk around the corner every day. Let's walk for 30 minutes. That's all I'm saying. I don't mean to be insensitive. Now, fair use. The ancestors are back. Fair use. Here we go. Oh, y'all. Let me see.
Tempe Cummins' master intended to keep word of freedom from his slaves. But Tempe's mother overheard his scheming and risked her life to spread the news. She said, Mother was working in the house, and she cooked too. She said she used to hide in the chimney corner and listen to what the white folks said. When freedom was declared, Master wouldn't tell her. But Mother, she hear him telling Mrs. that the slaves was free, but they didn't know it, and he not going to tell them till he makes another crop or two. When Mother hear that, she said she slipped out the chimney corner and cracked her heels together 4 times and shouts, I's free, I's free. Then she run to the field against Master's will and told all the other slaves, and they quit work. Then she run away in the night. She slip into a big ravine near the house and have them bring me to her. Master, he come out with his gun and shot at Mother. But she run down the ravine and gets away with me. Mama didn't know where to go. She had to freedom, just like he turned something out, didn't know where to go.
Like a prisoner. Like a prisoner being set free. Turned out.
Turns out just like, you turn out camera. I say. The voice of Laura Smalley. I thought old Moss was dead, but he had been off to the war and come back. But then I didn't know, into the war. I just knew it was gone a long time. All the niggas gathered around and see old Moss again. As old Moss didn't tell it was free. He didn't tell you that? No, he didn't tell. They waited. I think now they said they wait them 6 months out of that. 6 months. And turned them loose on the 19th of June.
19th of June.
Celebrate that Colors folks.
That's right.
On the 19th, that's called it. They say that they give them a big dinner on the 19th. But now we didn't know. So I don't know how the other side of the folks know freedom. We didn't know. They just thought, just feeding us, Just had a long table. And just had just little everything you want to eat, and drink, And now they say that was on the 19th. And everything you want to eat and drink.
No, wasn't no school. And when you started the little school, people that were slaves, couldn't many of them go to school.
Fountain Hughes.
Except they had a father and mother. And my father was dead, and my mother was living. And she had 3, 4 other little children. She had to put them all to work to help take care of the others. We didn't have no property. We didn't have no home. Been slaves all our lives. My mother was a slave. My sisters were slaves. Father was a slave.
Inmates.
Robert Glenn decided to stay and work for his former master after his freedom came.
Nothing.
He decided to wait until the time was right for him to be
ignorant people on this penal colony.
James Earl Jones as Robert Glenn.
Master told me to catch 2 horses and that we had to go to Dickinson, which was the county seat of Webster County. On the way to Dickinson, he said to me, Bob, did you know you are free and Lincoln has freed you? You are as free as I am. We went to the Freedmen's Bureau and went into the office. a Yankee officer looked me over and asked Rosser my name and informed me I was free and asked me whether or not I wanted to keep living with Moore. I did not know what to do, so I told him yes. A fixed price of $75 on board was then set as the salary I should receive per year for my work. The Yankee told me to let him know if I was not paid as agreed. I went back home and stayed a year. During the year, I hunted a lot at night and thoroughly enjoyed being free. I took my freedom by degrees and remained obedient and respectful, but still wondering and thinking of what the future held for me. After I retired at night, I made plan after plan and built air castles as to what I would do. At this time, I formed a great attachment for the white man, Mr. Atlas Chandler, with whom I hunted. He bought my part of the game we caught and favored me in other ways. Mr. Chandler had a friend, Mr. DeWitt Yarborough, who was an adventurer and trader, and half-brother to my ex-master, Mr. Moore, with whom I was staying. He is responsible for me taking myself into my own hands and getting out of feeling I was still under obligations to ask my master and missus when I desired to leave the premises.
The COs. The COs.
Mr. Yarborough's son went off to school at a place called Kilch, Kentucky, and he wanted to carry a horse to him and also take along some other animals for trading purposes. He offered me a new pair of pants to make the trip for him, and I accepted the job. I delivered the horse to his son and started for home. On the way back, I ran into Uncle Squire Yarborough, who once belonged to DeWitt Yarborough. He persuaded me to go home with him and go with him to a wedding in Union County, Kentucky. The wedding was 20 miles away, and we walked the entire distance. I had been thinking for several days before I went back home as to just what I should tell Mr. Moore, and as to how he felt about the matter, and what would I get when I got home. In my dilemma, I almost forgot I was free. I got home at night, and my mind and heart was full, but I was surprised at the way he treated me. He acted kind and asked me if I was going to stay with him next year. I was pleased. I told him yes, sir, and then I lay down and went to sleep. He had a boss man on his plantation then, and next morning he called me, but I just couldn't wake. I seemed to be in a trance or something. I had recently lost so much sleep. He called me the second time, and still I did not get up. Then he came in and spanked my head. I jumped up and went to work feeding the stock and splitting wood for the day's cooking and fires. I then went in and ate my breakfast. Mr. Moore told me to hitch a team of horses to a wagon and go to a neighbor's 5 miles away for a load of hogs. I refused to do so. They called me into the house and asked me what I was going to do about it. I said, I do not know. As I said that, I stepped out of the door and left. I went straight to the county seat and hired to Dr. George Raspy in Webster County for $100 per year.
No. I learned from the last holiday. They struck my video because of the music. Y'all, I thought I'd be much better. We're going to listen again how Texas... I was supposed to get me a spittoon. I'll probably need one before the week is over. See how they set out the whole banquet and everything? Whew. And she said they were set out. I often thought about that because I heard her saying that for many years. 20 years. And I still didn't put it together. Let's go back to the prison, the brick and mortar prison. When inmate is in prison, they don't have nothing. Nothing belongs to them. And when their time is served, now they give money. But back in the day, when their time was served, they just opened the door and let them out. Sometimes they had a bus come pick them up. But that just made them go out and commit more crimes so they can go back in prison because that's free labor. So now let's look at our ancestors. Whew. I don't know if we're going to do the hand weights, y'all. I'm holding on. Let's look at our ancestors. In 1865, emancipation. Ooh, feel better if I walk a little faster. They just say you was free. They opened the compounds. They made sure nobody would kill them or try to bring them back to the plantation if they saw one of our ancestors walking the roads. But they just turned them out. They didn't give no education. A lot of them couldn't have trades because if they had a trade, they would run away and they would be able to be self-sufficient. So they couldn't do that. They was never taught to read because if they could read, they would read the Constitution and realize that they are free because they're born on this penal colony. But maybe not for us, though. Maybe not for us. Ancestors, y'all got to get me some information. Maybe not for us. Anyway, they was just turned, you free. Where do I go? Not my problem, you're free. Just like a prison. Now do you understand the penal colony? And the states that have the Midwest states, instantly, they started putting up executions. You commit a crime and executed. And these ignorant Caucasians, they have no idea that that was to let everyone know that if an African, newly freed African American with no skills, no training, no nothing, wound up in their neighborhood and stole a chicken, they would have a right to kill them to the satisfaction of this penal colony. So that's what I'm saying. When you want to look at this penal colony, just go in and look at the prisons. They was just turned out with what they had on. Because like in prison, they don't got nothing but the clothes they wore on their back. And here on this penal colony, it's the same thing. But they ain't never did know what they did. At least a prison know, oh, they accused me of robbing somebody. Oh, they accused me of stealing somebody. Oh, I killed somebody. But our enslaved ancestors didn't know that their ancestors from 300 years ago at that time, but them 300 years ago, fought against European countries. The Africans was jumping in them boats and coming right over to Europe and fucking them up. And they did rule. And then, like in any civilization, they were defeated. And they were sent to this penal colony. And then the Europeans got smart. They said, listen, let's go get them before they come get us. So that's when they went through Africa, rounding up people, throwing them on that boat and bringing them here. It's because if they had let them stay there, they were fearful that the Africans would come back and attack or gain control. But they didn't know that. They know they were free from being in the compound, but they didn't know they was just released from the compound to the penal colony. And they never did nothing. Never did nothing. Just like with us. That's how ignorant these people are. That's just how ignorant they are. They don't want to sit next to you in the restaurant. Why? Well, because 600 years ago, your ancestors attacked Europe and were made prisoner of war and brought to this penal colony. And now your ancestors are inmate criminals. And 600 years later, they still label us inmate criminals. Like, comment, share, tell uncle, tell auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend, subscribe. We're going to go through this one more time tomorrow because I want to hear the June 19th and how they set out everything. Subscribe, like, share, tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Love you. I love you. I love me. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Happy Juneteenth. Okay. I'm not going live. I was live. I'm not going live. I was already live.